Hello, welcome to episode 4 of Korean Grammar Breakdown, entitled The Movie Starts at 7:45. Okay, let's look at our vocabulary here. Yonghwa is a noun meaning movie. Shijakada is a verb meaning start. E is a prepositional particle. Here means at, but it's used also for other preposition type words in English like to, on, and so forth. Nun is our topic particle again. As for ilgopshi, noun meaning 7 o'clock. From last episode, we talked about the hours. Sashipo is a Sino-Korean number meaning 45. We'll talk about that in a second. And boon means minutes, noun. Our base sentence here is Yonghwa nun ilgopshi sashipo bune shijak hada. The movie starts at 7:45. Now, let's see. Oh yeah, shijak is another example of a Chinese-based noun combined with hada to make an action-type verb. If you go back to the first episode, we kind of introduced that idea. Okay, so to make the polite style, we just drop the da and add, in this case, yayo, because now only hada verbs take yayo for the polite style, and almost always ha plus ya contracts to he, especially when speaking in the polite style. It's pretty much always done. There are some times in writing and more formal situations where you don't contract this, but you don't really need to worry about it. So this is actually a pretty easy exception to remember since it's common and it's always pretty much done. So that gives shijak heyo. And for the formal style here, we drop the da and add bumnida. Now, last episode, we had a formal style question. So I wanted to kind of conclude that idea with a formal style statement here. It gives us shijak hamnida. Now, remember the sound change. The B sound turns into a sound, an M sound here. So, Yonghwa nun ilgopshi sashipo bune shijak hamnida. And that's the formal style declaration. And both, again, these sentences have precisely the same meaning. And by now, if you've been watching or listening to this channel, you should have a pretty clear idea of the difference in usage situations. Now, introducing the Sino-Korean numbers here. These are used a lot more than the native ones we talked about last time. And you have to learn these. They're used for counting bigger numbers, years, measurements, money, prices. Anytime a big number is needed in scientific situations, and they're used for bus numbers, and they're used for addresses, and they're used for building stories, like the story of the floor you're on. They're used a lot. You have to learn these. This is one of the most important things you could learn if you're going to actually go to Korea, because they're used constantly. So here we are, 1 through 10, 100,000, 10,000, and above 10,000 they increase by factors of 10,000. So the next one above this is 100 million, which is ok, and then they go up by factors of 10,000 from that on up pretty high. If this is a good start, and as we saw here, sashipo bun. Sashipo is 4 times 10 plus 5. So basically, it's always done like this. So if you want to say 9,000, you say guchan. If you want to say 600, yukbek. Like that. And it's actually quite simple and easy to use. So once you get these down, then well, it's not a big deal to make more numbers. And plus, you could say something like mon. If you forget, the bigger the awk number, which I didn't even bother to write here, you could say, if you said mon, 10,000, 10,000, people would understand. Or Baek Chun would be 100,000, or so on like that. And they're always used for minutes, in counting minutes or in time. So time becomes a situation where you're using both number systems here, and it's just something you just have to learn in Korean. It's one of the stickier points of the language. So that's it about this. If you find my channel useful, subscribe, and don't forget I have a book out. And thanks. Have a good day. Bye.